Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday to each and every one of you. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. My weekend, as always, it was great. I found some time to relax, and I have been working on, I worked on updating all of my planners, as well as coming up with my to-do list, if you will, for September. I really wish I could tell you all about it, but I can't. Thank you. But I can't right now. But as we get into September, I will be able to tell you about it. Now, what I can share with you all, though, I can share that the week of September the 8th, I believe it is Suicide Prevention Week. And I am going to be talking a lot about that during that week. So I've decided that I am going to talk about it on my YouTube channel, my TikTok platform, my Instagram, my podcast, everywhere I can. I want to talk about this because this is a very serious subject, and unfortunately it's something that people deal with every day. And I told you, some of y'all may remember, but I think I told y'all about the video I saw on YouTube where the 10-year-old little boy committed suicide. I think it happened about maybe a month and a half ago now. And it was all because he was being bullied at school. And I guess he just decided that, you know what, I'm tired of being bullied, so I would rather just not be here than to have to deal with that. And that is so sad. It just really hurt my heart. I won't even lie to you all. When I saw the video, I cried. Now, I don't know that little boy. I don't know his family, but it's just so heart-wrenching to know that at 10 years old, you would rather take your life than to keep dealing with bullies. And so I'm definitely going to be talking about that. And I have a friend of mine, he goes by the name Big Bear Everywhere. He's on Instagram, and I want to do an interview with him. I'm just trying to figure, I know I've done it before on Instagram. It's been a while, so I have to figure out how to do that. But I definitely want to do that with him, and so that you all can hear his story of how he lost his son to suicide. He wasn't 10 years old, but still, he lost his son to suicide nonetheless. So keep a watchful eye out for that. Now, let's jump into today's topic, which is 12 ways to respect yourself. And this is based on the Joker Wisdom. Yeah, I'm so glad I came across these videos on YouTube because they are just so, I don't know, they're just so eye-opening. They're so motivational. They're so encouraging. Number 1, know your worth. Understand your value and don't settle for less. Y'all, I had to start with that one. You have to know your worth. Now, I know you're thinking, Michelle, I know my worth. Well, maybe you do, but there are a lot of people out here that don't. They don't know their worth, and that's why they settle for anything and everything. You've got to know your worth, sweetie. You are worth more than you think. You deserve nothing but the best. So stop settling for just anything to say, well, at least I have a man and that man is not worth 2 cents. Or at least I have a woman and she's not worth 2 cents. They bring nothing to the table, but they're taking everything out of you. Number 2, be a giver more than a receiver. That goes without saying, you guys. In this life, we are called to be givers more so than receivers. It's nice to receive. I will admit that. It is very nice to receive. But make sure you're not just sitting back and you're only receiving, but you give nothing. And when I say give, I'm not talking about always giving money to people. You can give advice. You see, there's some people that sit back and they're always collecting advice from people, but they never have any to give for whatever reason. So just be a giver. Be that person that gives out great advice. Be that person that gives out a prayer. Stop always seeking prayer, but you never give prayer to anybody else. Number 3, set boundaries. And y'all know I talk about this a lot. Set boundaries. You must clearly define what you will accept, come on now, and what you won't accept. When I tell you that my boundaries are so crystal clear that a blind person could see them. because I will let you know what I will and I will not accept. You don't have to wonder, well, did she mean this or was she talking about that? It is very clear on my boundaries, where that line is, what you can do, what you cannot do. Because I'm at that age where, and actually I think I've been like this all my life, but I like saying I'm at that age where I don't care whether you like me. I don't. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. See, I learned that early on in life, that I don't have to like you, but I will respect you as an individual. We may not see eye to eye, but I'm going to respect you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So make sure, if you don't already have them, first of all, set the boundaries, but then make sure they're very clear. If you're in a relationship, you need to make sure your partner is crystal clear on what you will accept and what you will not accept. Because if not, that person is going to walk all over you with their size 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shoe. Whatever it is that they wear, they're going to walk all over you with it, okay? Number 4, stop looking for who is not looking for you. Come on now. I don't know who needs to hear that right now, but you need to stop looking for who's not looking for you. Spend your time with the people that want to be with you, not the ones that don't. And too often, we are so pressed to be with people. We're so pressed to be part of different circles that we're looking for and trying to get the attention of the people that aren't thinking about us. Stop wasting your time. Number 5, stop begging. If you have to beg somebody for something, then you don't need it or you don't need them. But stop begging, okay? Number 6, don't eat other people's food more than they eat yours. Y'all, that's powerful. That is powerful. And it's not just about, I'm not talking about the food that you consume when you sit down at the dinner table. I'm talking about stop taking other people's advice more than you take your own advice. Stop just, I can't really explain it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop taking other people's stuff and you don't, here it is. Some of you will listen to other people's advice, but you won't listen to your own. Why is that? Why is that? Because your advice is just as good, if not better, as theirs. And 9 times out of 10, if God gave you that thought, then you definitely need to think about it. But some of y'all think, well, you know, this person, because they are an A-lister, if you will, their advice is going to be better than any advice I could come up with. Absolutely not. Stop taking other people's advice. And you don't even, either you're not taking your own or you don't listen to your own enough, okay? Because you are just as smart as they are. Your advice is just as important as theirs is. Number 7, reduce how you visit some people, especially if they don't reciprocate. Come on now. If you have to always pick up the phone to call people, you need to check that. Now, I get it. You do have some folks who are busy quite often, and so maybe they don't get a chance to pick up the phone and call you as often, but they need to find some time, even if it's once or twice a month, to pick up the phone and say, hey, just calling to check on you. But if every time you talk, it's because you called them, or every time you text is because you initiated a text or an email or whatever the case may be, then you need to check that. You need to back off just a little bit. And you might even have to have that come to Jesus conversation where you say, listen, if this thing is going to work, it's going to take both of us. I can't be the only one initiating whatever it is that you do. Phone call, text, hanging out, whatever. We both have to do it. I know you're busy, but I'm busy too. But I'd still make time to reach out to you. Number 8, don't let the opinions of other people control you. You've got to get to a place where you stop allowing other people's opinions dictate what you will and won't do. I hear you. If you give your opinion, I hear you. Thank you for your opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with my own gut. I'm going to go with whatever it is that God spoke into my spirit to do. Okay? Stop letting other people dictate how you move. Somebody says, oh, well, you know, that's a good idea, but I don't think that's going to work, honey. You should go east instead of the west, or you should go north instead of south. Take it into consideration, do your own homework, and you start making decisions, and you start believing in you. Too often, people sit back and they believe in other people before they believe in themselves. Number 9, stop entertaining gossip about other people. Here's why. Now, every now and then it's good to get a little tea, as they say, but don't entertain it so much, and then you lose sight of the fact that the same people that are gossiping, that are sharing gossip about somebody else, are probably the same people that's going to go behind your back and gossip about you. So be careful about that. Be very, very careful about that. It's all right. And sometimes you may have to tell people, you know what? I appreciate you sharing that with me, but can we talk about something else? You can find a nice way to say it. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all can find some not so nice ways to say it, but I'm just giving you a nice out just to say, I hear you. Because here's what I've gotten to the place where if someone shares something with me, I'll say, well, you know what? I hear you, but I wasn't there. So I can't say definitively that yes, they did this or they did that. They said this or they said that. I can't do that because I wasn't there. All I know is what I heard. And sometimes people say, no, because you know, they said, the news said. I'm thinking, okay, but they weren't there either. They're going off of something that somebody told them. So be careful about entertaining gossip. Number 10, avoid putting yourself down. Y'all, let me tell you something. This is something that gets under my skin, and honey, when I tell you it boils my skin off, I mean down to the white meat, when I hear people put themselves down. Stop doing that. I have heard, and as we all have, I've heard a woman being told, you're beautiful. Oh, I'm not beautiful. You better say, yes, I am. Thank you. Give them your best smile. Thank you. Stop putting yourself down. Stop sitting around talking about what you don't have and what you won't have. And you're so stupid. You did this, you did that. Guess what? We all do stupid things from time to time. We all make mistakes, but don't you dare put yourself down. You learn from that mistake and then you move on. Because here's the thing. I love you all, but I'm telling you now, if you are ever in my presence and you put yourself down, it's going to be a problem. It is going to be a problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to jump in your stuff with both of my size 8s. You will not put yourself down. Definitely not in my presence, but I don't want you doing it anywhere. Because here's the other thing. There's somebody somewhere waiting for you to do that, because once they hear you do that, guess what? They got you. They got you, baby, because they're sitting there saying, oh, you know what? This person has low self-esteem. I got them right in the palm of my hand. And they are going to play you like you have never been played before. So stop putting yourself down. You are not what other people say about you. You are not what your family members said about you. You are only what you say about you. Remember that. Number 11, except if they owe you money, 2 call attempts are enough. If they value you, they'll call you back. This is for people who you have lent money to, and you've called that person 11 times, they haven't gotten back with you yet. You need to accept the fact that they're probably not going to pay your money back. Because if they were, they would have taken your phone call. And if you called and they could not get to the phone, they would definitely have called you back. Hey, listen, I know I owe you some money. Is it possible that I can break that, whatever that amount is, down into 2 payments or 3 payments? You got to communicate. If they value you and value the relationship, whatever that may be, they're going to do that. But if they don't value you and they don't care about you, you need to accept that you're not going to get that money back and move on. And guess what? That's insurance for you, because now you know that they can't ever pick up the phone and call you and ask you for money again. Now, some of them, they will, because they don't think straight. They will. But others are going to say, oh, let me call. Nah, I can't call them because I ain't never paid back the money I owed them the last time. Number 12, last but not least, don't go where you're not invited. And when invited, don't overstay your welcome. If you were not invited to Susie's get together, why are you showing up? People will say, oh, because they got food. I'm trying to go get my eat on. If Susie didn't invite me, I'm not going. And even if Susie invites me, I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I'll stay long enough to get a little food, chit chat with some folks, and then I'm out the door. We've got to learn to stop doing that. Stop going where you were not invited. And then when people invite you over, stop overstaying your welcome. If you read the body language of people, you can tell when you're starting to overstay your welcome, okay? So know the difference. Everything I shared with you will be in the description box. And on that note, I want to wish you all a great day. I'm going to go in here and as I upload this video, eat my lunch and get back to work because I have quite a few things that I need to do before my work day ends. But I just wanted to stop. And y'all, right now it's 95 degrees. It was pouring down raining. It's 95 degrees. So if you hear my fan blowing, it's because I have the AC on. But I wanted to also just make sure that you all heard what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm sorry, that the week of September the 8th is Suicide Prevention Week. And so I'm going to be talking about that on all of my social media platforms because it's something that I definitely think needs to be talked about. But the reason why I mentioned that again is because I want to tell you all, if you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, there are suicide prevention hotlines that you can call, but you can also reach out to me. Let's talk. I don't want you ever to feel like taking your life is the absolute end all be all to whatever's going on in your life. And it doesn't even matter what you're dealing with. There are some people that have gone through hell and back and they never once thought about taking their lives. So I want you to get the help that you need. Don't feel like you have to deal with this on your own because you don't. There are people out here that love you. You have family members, you have friends, you have coaches, and you have a hotline that you can call. And I'll be sharing that information throughout that week as well. So don't ever think that you're by yourself and nobody cares about you, because we care. I care. Having said that, thank you so much for giving me just a little bit of your time to speak life into you. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and will have you going out there thinking of ways to respect yourself. And here's the thing, y'all. I see a lot of these young people and it makes me wonder, do they really respect themselves? The way I see them come out dressed. Now, when you come out and half your tail is hanging out them shorts that you have on or that skirt that you're wearing, I have to question whether or not you really respect yourself, because to be honest with you, no self-respecting person is going to do that. Let's just keep it all the way real. And here's the other thing, and I promise I'm gonna leave you be. If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you? Oftentimes I hear people saying they don't respect me. Well, if you bring it to me, I'm asking the question, do you respect you? Because if they're not respecting you, it's because you don't respect you. And in order for them to respect you, you've got to care enough to respect yourself. Keep that in mind. Having said that, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Make sure you tap the bell so you don't miss any videos. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. And in case I didn't say it already, if you're new, I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back on Wednesday where I'll have another motivational video for you. Now, having said that, you guys, go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun. If you're working, work hard, but not too hard. And when you get off, have fun no matter where you go, what you do. Just be careful. Pay attention to your surroundings, because y'all know we live in a crazy world. And every day I wake up, I see an article. I saw one this morning where 2 people were gunned down, one on each side of the street. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but that's why I always stress for you all to please be careful when you go out here. Be careful of the people you choose to hang out with. If you go someplace and you meet somebody, if they didn't come with you, they should not be leaving with you, okay? Because I love you all and I want you to come back here and join me again. You know the drill. And you definitely know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do to change it, because it's not going to change. I love you all, and this is why I do what I do, because I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you to become the best that you can be, because there is some good in you. And you have a whole lot in you that other people can benefit from, but you've got to believe it. You've got to believe that you can do anything and everything that you put your mind to. And you've got to do the work, but you can do it. Love you all. We'll talk again soon.